Some of these gadgets are so powerful, governments have tried to ban them. Others are sitting on shelves right now, hiding in plain sight. And a few of them? You'd never even guess what they can do. Today, we're counting down 25 gadgets that push the limits of what's legal, what's possible, and what should even exist. These aren't toys. These aren't gimmicks. These are real market-available devices, some used by professionals, some by survivalists, and some by people who just don't want to be tracked, watched, or controlled. Let's get into it. VESANY. Most people walk past this and think it's just a regular gadget. It's not. The VESANY is a compact, multi-function surveillance detection device that lets you scan a room for hidden frequencies and wireless signals in seconds. It's designed for personal security and professional counter-surveillance, and when used responsibly, it's one of the most powerful privacy tools you can legally carry. This shouldn't even be legal in some places, but it is, and people have no idea it exists. Fire Lrt. But this next one takes things in a completely different direction. This looks like something out of a military surplus catalog. And it kind of is. The Fire Lrt is a long-range thermal and optical targeting system originally developed for search and rescue and wildlife observation. It detects heat signatures at distances most people wouldn't even believe, and depending on your local laws, it's completely legal for outdoor and survival use. You'd expect something this capable to cost a fortune. It doesn't. Completely waterproof, USB rechargeable, and built to last thousands of ignitions without a single refill. When used responsibly as the outdoor survival tool it's designed for, this is the last fire-starting tool you will ever need to buy. License plate flipper. Here's the crazy part. This device is street legal in some countries. A license plate flipper is exactly what it sounds like, a motorized, remote-controlled mechanism that rotates your license plate to a secondary plate at the press of a button. Originally designed for privacy-conscious individuals in regions with aggressive roadside surveillance, it's also popular in motorsport and film production. Whether or not it's legal depends entirely on where you live, but the technology itself is jaw-dropping. Bulb light camera. This is where most people get it wrong. They think security cameras are obvious. They're not. The bulb light camera is a fully functional LED light bulb with a hidden 1080p camera built directly inside. You screw it into any standard socket, and it streams live footage to your phone completely invisible to anyone in the room. It's marketed for home security and nanny monitoring, and when used within the law, it's one of the most discreet tools available for personal protection. This looks simple. It is not. Protect 1206i. And then there's this, the Protect 1206. I is a professional-grade bug detector and RF signal scanner built into something you'd never suspect, a credit card-sized device. It sweeps for GSM trackers, hidden cameras, and wireless microphones, and it does it silently, without tipping off whoever planted the device. Security consultants carry these. Private investigators know about them. Most people don't. TICAM 90. Now this is where things get serious. The TICAM 90 is a compact thermal imaging camera that operates on the edge of what consumer hardware should be capable of. It maps heat signatures in complete darkness through smoke, through fog, through conditions that would blind any standard camera. Used legally in firefighting, wilderness search and rescue, and perimeter security, this device gives you a form of vision that simply isn't human. Most people have no idea this level of tech is available outside of government or military contracts. Pocket chip. And here's where things get technically wild. The Pocket Chip is a palm-sized, open-source Linux computer, a fully operational computer system you can hold in one hand. Originally designed for developers and hackers in the most legitimate sense of that word, it runs real operating systems and connects to real networks. In the right hands, it's a powerful coding tool and portable workstation. Depending on local laws, the range of things it can be configured to do is broad. Arduino Nano 33. You'd expect this to be weak, it's not. The Arduino Nano 33 is a microcontroller board the size of a thumb drive, but don't let the size fool you. It supports Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and a suite of sensors including an IMU, Inertial Measurement Unit, making it one of the most versatile embedded systems ever built for general consumers. Security researchers use it. Engineers build autonomous systems with it, and in the hands of someone who knows what they're doing, it can interface with almost anything electronic. It costs less than a fast food meal. MIDZOO spy glasses. But this next one crosses into a totally different category. These look like regular sunglasses. They are not regular sunglasses. The MIDZOO spy glasses feature a hidden 1080px camera embedded in the frame, capable of recording continuous video without a single visible indicator light. Designed for journalists, investigators, and personal documentation, they're one of the cleanest wearable recording solutions on the market, and when used within privacy laws, completely legal in many regions, nobody around you will ever know. Mission Darkness, non-window Faraday bag. And here's the crazy part about this one, it's totally passive. A Faraday bag sounds like science fiction. It's not. The Mission Darkness non-window Faraday bag is a signal-blocking pouch that completely cuts off your phone, tablet, or any device from all wireless communication, GPS, cellular, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all of it, gone. Law enforcement uses these to preserve digital evidence. Privacy advocates use them to go dark. Survivalists carry them to protect devices from EMPs. No battery, no app, no tech inside whatsoever. Just physics. 60-watt blue laser pointer. Now this is where things get serious. This is not a toy. Say it again, this is not a toy. A 60-watt class blue laser pointer emits a beam powerful enough to pop balloons, ignite paper, and be visible for miles in open air. Used responsibly in legitimate laser research, astronomy, and industrial calibration, these are legal to own in many jurisdictions, but they carry serious safety responsibilities. If you've ever seen a laser pointer burn through a matchbox in under a second, you were looking at something in this category. DEAUTHER watch DSTIKE. Most people have no idea this exists. The DSTIKE DEAUTHER watch is a wearable device that can send deauthentication packets to Wi-Fi networks, essentially a portable Wi-Fi testing tool built into a watch. Security professionals use these to audit and stress test their own wireless networks for vulnerabilities. It runs on open-source firmware, and it looks like a smartwatch. The people who know what this is know exactly what it's for. Using it on networks you don't own or have permission to test? Illegal in most countries? Using it on your own? That's a different conversation. Cheating watch, and here's where things get uncomfortably clever. It's called a cheating watch for a reason, but the technology inside is genuinely remarkable. These devices, typically disguised as standard digital watches, contain micro displays or Bluetooth receivers capable of displaying transmitted data from an external source. They've been documented in academic fraud cases worldwide, but the same hidden display technology is now used in augmented reality research and assistive communication for individuals with disabilities. The tech itself is neutral. How it's used isn't always. Zero trace device. This is where most people get it wrong. They think their data disappears when they delete it. It doesn't. The Zero Trace device is a hardware-level data destruction and anonymization tool designed to make digital forensics essentially impossible. It physically overwrites drives at a military-grade standard, wipes metadata trails, and in some versions remotely destroys targeted storage on command. Privacy lawyers, corporate security teams, and journalists working in hostile environments use these. It's not about having something to hide, it's about having the right to control your own data. SPU Bolt. But this next one is almost insulting in how hidden it is. A spy bolt is exactly what the name suggests, a hollow bolt that looks completely identical to a standard hardware bolt. Inside, a watertight hidden compartment large enough to hold a SIM card, micro SD card, rolled currency, or a covert note. Used in personal security, field intelligence work, and even survival prepping, the spy bolt hides in plain sight on a shelf, in a toolbox, on any piece of equipment. You would never find it unless you knew exactly what you were looking for. Machined from aircraft-grade aluminum, fully weatherproof, and virtually indistinguishable from a standard hardware bolt, even under close inspection. Survivalists, overlanders, and serious backcountry campers have been quietly using these for years as a last resort emergency cache that never gets found. Most people have no idea this exists. And the people who do, they're not talking about it. Anti-spy detector. And then there's a device that hunts other devices. The anti-spy detector is a handheld RF and infrared scanner designed to locate hidden cameras, microphones, GPS trackers, and other surveillance hardware. It sweeps a room in minutes and alerts you to any active or dormant signals in the immediate area. Hotels, rental properties, boardrooms. The places you'd want this most are exactly the places you'd least expect to find hidden surveillance. When used for personal privacy and protection, this is one of the most practical items on this entire list. Proxmark 3. Now this is where things get genuinely powerful and genuinely technical. The Proxmark 3 is a research-grade RFID and NFC hacking tool, one of the most capable on the consumer market. It can read, analyze, simulate, and in some cases, clone RFID signals from proximity cards, the same cards used in office access systems, transit passes, and hotel rooms. Security researchers use it to find vulnerabilities in access control systems before bad actors do. Depending on local laws, owning one is legal. What you do with it is the variable. Boot knife. And here's the crazy part. This is one of the oldest tools on this list and still one of the most effective. A boot knife is a compact, fixed-blade knife designed to be concealed in a boot sheath used for centuries by soldiers, survivalists, and outdoorsmen. Modern versions are crafted from high-carbon steel, feature double-edged blades, and are designed for rapid deployment in emergency situations. In many regions, carry laws around fixed blades are strict. Always check local legislation before carrying one. As a survival tool, a camp knife, or a last resort emergency blade, it has very few equals in its size class. Thermal camera. Most people have no idea how accessible this technology has become. Standalone thermal cameras have dropped in price dramatically, and the results are extraordinary. These devices visualize heat energy rather than light, revealing heat loss in buildings, tracking warm-blooded animals at night, detecting electrical faults, and yes, locating people in total darkness. HVAC technicians, firefighters, hunters, and home inspectors use them daily. What once cost tens of thousands of dollars now fits in your pocket. Aegis Padlock. Encrypted drive. This is where things shift from surveillance to pure data security. The Aegis Padlock is a hardware-encrypted external hard drive with a physical keypad built directly into the device. No software, no drivers, no computer required to unlock it. It uses AES 256-bit encryption, which is the same standard used by intelligence agencies and financial institutions. If someone tries to brute force the PIN code, the drive self-destructs its own data permanently. This is the kind of security that most people assume only exists in movies. It does not. GSM Jammer. Now this is where things get controversial, and we're going to be direct about it. A GSM jammer blocks cellular communications in a targeted area by flooding the relevant frequency bands with interfering signals. They are illegal to operate in most countries, including the US, UK, EU, and many others, because they can interfere with emergency services. However, they are used by governments, military operations, and law enforcement globally for specific controlled applications. Understanding how they work is a matter of public record. Operating one without authorization? A serious legal offense in virtually every jurisdiction. Hidden book safe. And then there's this possibly the most deceptively simple item on this entire list. A hidden book safe is a real book with real pages on the outside and a precisely hollowed interior cavity designed to store valuables, documents, or small items. It sits on a shelf indistinguishable from any other book. Survives a casual search, survives a room scan, survives someone standing right next to it, no lock, no battery, no signal, just invisible storage hiding in the one place nobody looks, the middle of a bookshelf. Invisible ink pen. You'd expect this to be a novelty. It is not. Modern invisible ink pens go far beyond what most people remember from childhood. Professional-grade versions use UV reactive compounds that are completely invisible under standard lighting, require a specific wavelength UV light to reveal, and in some formulations, fade entirely after 48 hours. Used in document security, forensic marking, and anti-counterfeiting applications, as well as personal privacy and communication. The irony: the most powerful communications tool on this list has no electronics inside whatsoever. Lockpick set. Now this is where things get serious, and this one has serious legal nuance. A professional lockpick set is exactly what it sounds like, a precision toolkit for manually defeating pin tumbler, wafer, and disk detainer locks. Locksmiths carry them. Security auditors use them. Competitive sport pickers compete with them legally around the world. Owning a lockpick set is legal in many countries, quasi-legal in others, and strictly prohibited in a handful. What this reveals about lock security is unsettling. Most residential locks can be defeated by a trained hand in under 30 seconds. LILYGO T-Embed. And here it is, the one item on this list that most completely blurs the line between brilliant and terrifying. The LILYGO T-Embed is a compact open-source development board built around the ESP32S3 chip supporting Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, sub-gigahertz radio, and a full-color TFT display, all in a package smaller than a deck of cards. Security researchers load it with custom firmware to become a wireless signal analyzer, a Bluetooth scanner, or a sub-gigahertz radio frequency probe. In legitimate security research and hardware development, it's an extraordinary tool. The firmware community around it has produced some of the most advanced open-source security testing tools ever written. This is the future of portable security hardware, and it's sitting on a shelf right now, available to anyone who knows what to search for. There you have it, 25 gadgets that push the absolute edge of what's legal, what's possible, and what most people will never know exists. Some of these are in professional hands, some are in the hands of survivalists and privacy advocates. And a few of them are probably closer to you right now than you'd like to think. Here's the thing, this list barely scratches the surface. There are devices out there that make everything you just saw look like basic hardware. And they're real. They exist. And someday, they'll be on a list just like this one. Subscribe to the channel because the next video goes even deeper.